Yo, what's up YouTube? James back here and welcome back to another episode of VGC 2020 Back Battles. Today we're going to be using the dual Gmax team once again with Gmax Gengar and Gmax Lapras, accompanied by Liepard, Conkeldurr, Gothitelle, and Arcanine. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, highly recommend go checking them out, but there's also a rental code and placement of the team down below. The rental code is only available for a couple of days while we're using this team live on the channel, so make sure you grab it while we can. We will be switching to a brand new team in a couple of episodes, and of course when we do use that new team, this code will expire, so be sure to try it out while you can down below. But otherwise, again, thank you to everyone who's been liking and commenting. It really does help push out my videos, and if you do want to help out this channel and this video and myself, be sure to leave a like down below and leave a comment down below. It really does push out the video to a bunch of new eyes. So yeah, otherwise you can check out my Twitch channel. I do live stream twitch.tv/JamesWBeck. I'll link in the description down below for more VGC content as well as some other fun gaming stuff. And yeah, we have a great time on the channel. I've been really enjoying streaming for the past couple of weeks, and yeah, it's been incredible. So make sure you check it out while you can. I'll link in the description once again below. So man, I have a funny story. You're about to see the win-loss, and I tried playing a few games with this team off camera, and oh my lord, I wish I recorded those games. We had a situation where I had Gengar Liepard versus Gengar Purloin, and I'm not joking. And that was one of my losses. To be fair, I did throw away that game. I threw 3 turns in a row. I literally had to throw them 3 turns in a row. But my opponent did everything they needed to do, and it was incredible. I wish I recorded that game. Ugh. And yeah, I do want to get more used to this team. I haven't played it, as I said before, so I did want to try it out. It was not the best idea. I think I just got stopped because every time I use back-to-back battles teams off camera, it does not work for me. Whenever I do record them, it usually works out fine. So I think that's the secret. Let's see if it works out. We got David with a rank 10, and this Sun team. Also, I hurt my arm at the same time because I was readjusting my position. Okay, Sun with Tyranitar, Excadrill, and Sableye. So kind of dual weather looks like. Yeah, dual weather looks like. I like Arcanine Goth, I think. Yeah. With Liepard and Conkeldurr in the back, because I think in order to beat this team, I'm gonna need Trick Room up in some sort of fashion. And yeah, Arcanine should be able to help with that support. This is kind of a tough matchup. Charizard's really threatening to my team. It does a ton of big damage. My throat is crazy today, and I think it's because earlier today I was streaming for a long time, as well as I was recording something else that's not for my channel, but it should be coming up in the next couple of days, so it should be exciting. Yeah, but let's see how this is gonna go. Ninetales Venusaur is leading. I hope it's not a hypnosis shenanigan thing. Bring out the drought. So I do have a few options here, of course. Fake out into Snarl, fake out in a Heat Wave. There are quite a few options I could go for. I do want to just go for Trick Room though, because I think if I get Trick Room up, I'm in a good position, and I don't think you would click Sleep Powder here when I could fake out Heat Wave, knock out your Venusaur immediately. Maybe my opponent doesn't realize that situation though, but I am going to go for the Trick Room here, because if I get Trick Room up, I'm in a good position. Hopefully there's no such thing as a hypnosis coming out from this Ninetales, which I'm scared about, but otherwise we should be fine. We should be able to live any combination of attacks besides I don't know, it being a Life of Choice specs Ninetales and going for Overheat. I think that'd be the worst case. We're gonna see Sleep Powder goes into Arcanine though. Okay, goes for Hypnosis though with the Ninetales and will land it. Okay, so we will get a Snarl off. We do connect with both Pokemon. That's really good. Okay, so we get that Snarl land on the Venusaur, which is really good, as well as the Ninetales. So they are trapped in with Shadow Tag, and they are at -1 special attack. I can go for a Protect here, I think, and just try to set up the room if possible, because if I can get the room up, I'm in a really good spot right here. And I do like getting that room up if possible, because these Pokemon won't be able to do too much unless Venusaur does go for a Dynamax here and goes for the max poison. I don't think it's necessary though right away, as you could just But the thing is, Ninetales does have that hypnosis game, and it is potentially 60%. It could be wider depending on if it has a wide lens attached to the Ninetales. First, the Earth Power into the Arcanine slot, which I'm not surprised about, and a Dark Pulse is actually going to come out. Okay. Into the Gothitelle doesn't do like any damage after the Snarl. We do wake up and we do get Trick 'em Up successfully. So that is a very successful turn right there, because we are able to get the Trick 'em Up, and now we can just go for a Heat Wave, I think, into these Pokemon. And I do want to trap them in if Venusaur does go for the yeah, I do want to trap these Pokemon in. I'm gonna go for the Heat Wave and Energy Ball into the Ninetales slot, because if Venusaur protects, I still trap it in. Because I could try to switch to get momentum, but I also don't want to take a blind hypnosis potentially and risk one of my Pokemon in the back, who is a great offensive sweeper. So we'll go for the Heat Wave here and Energy Ball, just chip away at these Pokemon as much as possible, and we'll see how this goes. I do want to Gmax with the Lapras. I do want to get Veil Up eventually, and definitely a situation I can. I don't think I have to go for Snarl to lower attacks right here. No Protect coming out from the Venusaur. Here comes an Energy Ball doing an okay amount of damage. Not really expecting much damage from this Gothitelle, but Heat Wave does come out and doesn't knock out the Venusaur, but that's still pretty good damage overall. Dark Pulse is going to come out once again into the Gothitelle, which really won't be doing too much damage. And Earth Power is going to come out into the Arcanine once again, but that won't do too much damage. Yep. Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. I just don't see a reason not to just keep going for Heat Wave and Energy Ball right here. With Earth Power, Sleep Powder, most likely this Venusaur doesn't carry Protect. So unless it doesn't carry Sludge Bomb or a Grass type move, which would be an interesting decision, I am just going to keep going for Heat Wave and Energy Ball into Ninetales. Again, chip it away. Get ready for my Lapras to come in, or my Conkeldurr potentially. But yeah, it's looking alright so far. Energy Ball into the Ninetales. Decent damage. Heat Wave does connect with both Pokemon, so Venusaur does go down, and the Ninetales is super low now, which is great. Should be in range of another Heat Wave Energy Ball combination. Let's see what the Ninetales goes for. It's going to go for the Heat Wave this time, and Gothitelle avoids, so would have been okay. We would have been able to activate our Sitrus. Arcanine going to be a bit low, but right now we're in a pretty okay spot right now. Trying to figure out this position. Charizard, okay. Charizard comes out. I'm okay with Charizard coming out. There's only like one more turn of Sun, I think. Yeah. I can go for Snarl and Energy Ball, and that should be able to knock out the Ninetales. And I'm okay with getting rid of Ninetales in this position, because Charizard, I could go for Wildfire, I could go for Airstream. I think both of those are okay for me. I don't think it would be the worst case in the world for that to go up. And then I still have my Gigantamax Lapras, and then Charizard's out of Sun, which means it's a lot less of a threat. Of course, Charizard is really threatening with that solar power boost, but after a Snarl and being trapped in, it most likely won't be much of a threat. So let's see here. We are going to see that Gigantamax Charizard, yep, with the solar power. I hope Arcanine hits the Snarl at least. That would be really good for us. At least onto the Ninetales slot, so you can't reset the Sun. No switch out. Energy Ball will come out. Snarl should knock it out at that range. That's actually close. But we do miss Snarl onto Charizard, which sucks. But can we at least knock out the Ninetales? Okay, Ninetales does go down, so that's okay. Rock Ball. Okay, so this Charizard has Ancient Power or Rock Slide. Does Charizard even get Rock Slide? I feel like it does. Either way, Arcanine goes down. It's not that big of a deal. It is Life Up on Charizard, but my opponent basically, yeah, I don't think that's too bad of a situation at all. I don't, I think I EV'd, so actually, no, I don't think my Gothitelle does Gothitelle underspeed the Lapras? I feel like it should. I'm gonna check my EVs real quick. We're gonna see the save light come out. Okay. Let me check real quick. Summary. 80 speed, 63 speed. Okay, yeah, we do for sure. Okay. Just say it to double confirm that. I will go for the Max Geyser here into the Charizard slot, and I want an energy ball to Sableye because it could be a trick ejects button, and I don't want to energy ball myself and then get tricked and forced to eject button out. So I think the best place is just to go for the geyser damage into the Charizard slot and get the energy ball off into the Sableye. Sableye is going to be tough though. My Pokemon is going to be tough. Maybe I should have went for the max resonance right there, but I think it's not like a terrible spot either. Let's see. Because if you go for Sunny Day, it's not that bad of a position. If you go for the, what's it called? The trick, it's okay. It's Quash, okay. So Charizard still shouldn't be doing too much damage anyway, so I'm okay with that. Energy Ball gonna come out. I don't know, does this activate a Eject button or does it fail? Or like not even activate because, you know, you can't eject out obviously. Goes for the Overgrow, which is completely fine because I do have the weakness policy and you're not in Sun, so you're not gonna do much damage. Even a critical hit would have knocks me out. And with the +2 that I'm about to get, thanks to the weakness policy, I should be able to knock out the Charizard, and that should be a good game. So, able to activate that weakness policy on the Lapras. I do really like the offensive Laprases. Kind of fell out a bit, like most players were using weakness policy Lapras early on, but pretty much all of them became Light Clay, or even Life Orb we saw sometimes, which I'm not a huge fan of Life Orb on Lapras, because the calcs are still pretty poor in my opinion, but yeah, we are able to eliminate the Charizard, and that is going to be a good game. I don't see how my opponent comes through with the Sableye. It can't do anything, and yeah. So we'll just keep clicking Max Geyser. Max Geyser should knock out the Sableye after an Energy Ball for sure, and that is going to be a good game. I really wonder if this position my opponent... I don't know if eject button works. If it does work like this, where it's the last turn and it doesn't proc after taking a hit, it'd actually be super sick for like an endgame situation like this case. But that's a story for a different time. Because we will go for the Geyser and Energy Ball once again. Sableye, and that should pick up a knockout. As soon as my opponent decides to make a move. Probably going to make me wait the full 45 seconds because he can't accept losing. But yeah, I really hope we get to show off the Gengar. I actually brought Gengar to like most of the games that I did play off camera. So yeah, I really do hope we get to bring the Gengar. Gengar also put in work during those, so I'm really hoping that Gengar gets to be brought, because Gengar is a Pokemon I want to showcase. Like this team, it has Lapras, but the main point of it is the Gengar mode, and I really want to show off the Gengar mode. So get a little points, and slowly we're climbing back up and up, and hopefully we'll get to Master Ball tier eventually. But let's see. Cook. Okay. Interesting team. Unfortunately, I don't like... Actually, this is a weird position. Because I don't like Gengar, but I also don't like Lapras in some cases too. Alright, I'm gonna go Goth Lapras Elite, I think. Yeah, Goth Lapras sounds okay. Conkeldurr in the back with Arcanine. Like, the thing is, Gengar mode kind of gets shut down by Cinderace. Cinderace is actually a really big threat to Gengar because of Libero or however you want to pronounce it. Basically, Max Darkness does threaten my Gengar with the stab, and if it has Life Orb, it outspeeds the Gengar and picks up the knockout. So I don't think it's a really good idea to bring Gengar, especially since there is a chance my opponent leads that. At the same time though, Gengar does do more work against like Pokemon like Conkeldurr as well as the Rillaboom, but I just don't see the Liepard putting in as much work, especially with Sash broken from potential Vanillux. So yeah, kind of tough no matter what I think I bring. So looks like we're bringing the Lapras again. Gengar will shine eventually. Gengar will shine eventually. I will not let this Gengar not show up in at least one battle while it's available. Okay, we're gonna see the Rillaboom and Sableye. Okay. Against Gothitelle and Lapras. We activated the Grassy Surge on the Rillaboom, and yeah, this is interesting. I can go for an Energy Ball here, I think, into the Sableye for activating potential eject button. I'm gonna go hard into Arcanine here, because I do want to add Intimidate into Rillaboom. The purpose of this lead was to bait out the Rillaboom potentially, and if they didn't lead Rillaboom, I was in a really good spot with Lapras. So now I could go for that Will-O-Wisp into the Rillaboom and basically neuter it so my Lapras can take it on later. Because this Rillaboom is the biggest threat to my Lapras right now. My opponent's thinking. I wonder if it's a trick on the Sableye. Could definitely be that. Both of these Pokemon get access to Fake Out too. I don't think any of these Pokemon are going to click Fake Out this turn. Maybe the Sableye goes for Fake Out and Gothitelle, but not exactly too sure. We're going to bring out the Arcanine though for that Intimidate into both of these Pokemon. We could even see a Dynamax from the Rillaboom. That's definitely a potential possibility, but we'll see here. We are actually going to see that Dynamax, so okay. It could be Taunt though from the Sableye too, which I guess could be a concern. We are going to see that Dynamax Rillaboom Gigantamax doesn't come out until the DLC in a couple of weeks. So yeah, we're going to see the big Rillaboom. This is actually like my second Dynamax Rillaboom of today. We're going to see that Taunt come out. Okay, no surprise. Oh, did he read the switch? Beautiful read. Okay. It doesn't KO the Arcanine. Good. All right, really good read on my opponent's end, but I don't think it's terrible for me. Let's see if it's a Jax button on Sableye or potentially Roselli Berry. It is a Jax button. Okay. Huh. That's not that great. A really nice read on my opponent's end because it covered for Lapras Dynamaxing or Gigantamaxing, going for the attack into the Rillaboom slot. Ended up because Rillaboom wouldn't have taken that much damage, and it also covered for the Arcanine. So really nice play on my opponent's end. I actually just recently learned that Rillaboom gets Earthquake. I don't know why, but I don't remember this thing getting Earthquake, and I used this team on my main playthrough, or at least I used Rillaboom in my main playthrough. For some reason, I never remembered it getting a ground type until literally a couple of battles ago. Vanilluxe is going to come out, which is interesting. I don't know what Vanilluxe is supposed to do here. I have goggles, so I'm not really that worried about the hail. I do get the Arcanine healed up. I do want to go for the Energy Ball into the Vanilluxe, and I will go for a Will-O-Wisp into the Rillaboom. I don't think there's a reason to go for Protect here. I mean, I guess I could stall out a turn in Dynamax, but like next turn Rillaboom could go for Max Guard. And then like Vanilluxe Blizzard might be able to knock me out after the Max Quake through Protect. So yeah, I don't want to risk that. I'd rather just go for the Will-O-Wisp now because Vanilluxe shouldn't have a way to knock out Arcanine one shot unless it has an actual move that's not Ice move, which would be rare because Vanilluxe pretty much only carries those Ice moves. I wonder if it's weakness policy on the Rillaboom. That could be a factor too. Plus for Protect, which is fine. I definitely don't mind that Protect. You connect a Will-O-Wisp. Is it Lumberry? Nice. Okay. And Max Darkness comes out. Okay. Into the Gothitelle slot. Doesn't do too much damage because it is -1 and burned. Lowers the special defense on both sides of my field, but that's okay. Yeah, I really don't mind that. I really don't mind that. Well, Gothitelle healthy, but I also don't want to switch into a potential Blizzard. I'm gonna go for the Energy Ball, and I kind of want to go for Snarl here because I think Arcanine's job is basically done at this point. I kind of just want to trick him up at this point, so I'm gonna go for Snarl to weaken the power of the Vanilluxe and go for the Energy Ball just to chip it away so I can bring in Conkeldurr and start going for Drain Punch, which I really like. Yeah. I could also bring out my Lapras, which would be amazing too. Snarl. Lower that special attack of the Vanilluxe so it's not as much of a threat. Gonna be Blizzard coming out, okay. Doesn't do too much to either one of my Pokemon. We're able to heal up with the Sitrus Berry. in Max Darkness once again. So doubling up the Gothitelle, which I'm actually surprised about because I think Max Overgrow did do more, but that works out fine for me. Yeah, that works out fine for me. And now I get an energy ball off into the Vanillux. That does a ton of damage because it's a critical hit. Wow, that did a ton. And we're able to heal up with our Arcanine just a little bit more. Okay. That Vanillux also didn't get Spadef boost, I think, immediately. No, it did not because of the fact it kept going for Max Darkness twice. So I think Heat Wave knocks it out in this situation. And Gothitelle does shake away its taunt. I think I could go for a Heat Wave here, and I like Heat Wave here, and I like Protect here because it looks like my opponent's going to be focusing more on dealing damage to the Gothitelle because it looks like my opponent wants to get out of the trap scenario. I'll go for Heat Wave and Protect here. No Protect for the Vanillux or the Rillaboom. And let's see. Goes for the Ice Shard. Oh, is it Weakness Policy? It is Weakness Policy on Rillaboom. Okay. That's fine. Go for the Heat Wave, get the damage off. It is a boosted Rillaboom, but it still does a good amount of damage. I think it's actually in range of Mach Punch after the recoil stuff. Goes for the Wood Hammer into the Gothitelle. Perfect. So yeah, that is pretty solid right here. That is pretty solid. And then burn. And I think the grassy terrain also disappears this turn. Is this either this turn or next turn? Yeah, it's next turn. Okay. So we're gonna see what come out. Probably Sableye once again. It might have Fake Out, which is completely okay. I think Conkeldurr can clean up the Rillaboom, and then it's gonna come down to what the last Pokemon is at this point. Yeah. Unless the Sableye doesn't have Fake Out, which is definitely a potential possibility. Sableye going to come out here. I will go for the attempted Trick Room here, and again, I don't think I need this for anything else. We'll go for the Heat Wave here. And yeah, I'm liking our spot a lot in this position. I'm going to be able to... Okay, Quash is going to come out, so I'm assuming that my opponent's going to target down into the Arcanine slot with Wood Hammer. Oh, no. Okay. My opponent really just want to get rid of Gothitelle at that point, but like, that's fine. As long as I hit Heat Wave, I knock out the Rillaboom. It doesn't fade to recoil. Yeah, no surprise. Heat Wave. I do connect with both, which is good. I am able to get damage on Sableye and knock out the Rillaboom. And last Pokemon, what is it? I don't know what it could be. Milotic. If it's Milotic, that's fine. I could Perish. Well, I can't Perish actually because Taunt is a thing. But I think I could win anyway. Let's see. Grassy Terrain disappears. We'll go into Lapras because there's a Pokemon that can't dress in Milotic. I could just win here. And even if it is Milotic, okay. We'll bring out the Milotic. And we already activated the Jackpot on Sableye. I can't go for the Trick into it. I'm going to go for the Max Resonance here. And I'm going to go for a Protect with my Arcanine. Actually, maybe I should have Willis the Lapras slot. So Hypnosis couldn't be a thing? Yeah, I would have liked that better, actually. It's fine. Because, like, even if this is Coil Milotic, it doesn't have enough power points to beat my Lapras. So we'll Dynamax with our Gmax Lapras. Go for the knockout on Sableye, and that should be game. We also get the Veil up so I can switch in Conk, I think. Protect Arcanine so we don't take a turn. Muddy Water is going to come out, which is completely fine. The Sableye actually went for the attack here, so I wonder if it's foul play. Well, I think Lapras should be faster anyway and just knock it out. Yep. Get the Resonance off. And yeah, that should be it. Yeah, there's not much my opponent can do. I can go for the max resonance again into the Milotic slot. I'll go for a Wisp here into the Milotic as well, so it takes chip every turn, and I think that's fine. The battle's gonna be forfeit because my opponent realizes there's not really much my opponent can do. I also had a full HP Conkeldurr in the back, and once Lapras's Dynamax was over, a Perish Song 100% sealed the game since Milotic is most likely faster than the Lapras, which we already confirmed by the turn actually, and yeah, we would have just been able to click Perish Song and stall out the turns because my opponent doesn't have anything that could beat the Lapras. So we're gonna go 2-0 here. It looks like the secret is just not to play this team off camera or play any back-to-back battles teams off camera. But if you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below, show support, as well as you can leave a comment down below. Ah man, I'm just thinking because that Proline Gengar game was actually really good. It was actually a really good game, but that's lost forever. We don't even have a ways to save battle rentals. And yeah, I couldn't even save it on my Switch because it wasn't in its dock at the time. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. Again, you can check out my other stuff down below. You can check out my Twitch channel. You can check out my Patreon page if you want to go an extra mile. But you can always just support this video by leaving a like on it, leave a comment down below, and share it with your friends. Also, feel free to check out the rental code as well as the pay spin of it down below. If I didn't say today's comment question today, which I don't remember if I did because I think I got a bit off topic, but today's comment question is going to be, have you been catching up on anything with either your friends or maybe like an anime, movie, TV show, books, etc.? Let me know. I actually been catching up a lot of my friends during this quarantine series with some really old conversations, and also I've been catching up on a lot of anime recently since I haven't really been able to watch it. Like this is today was like the first episode of anime I watched in like 2 months. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. Anything else that I have to say? Not really. Have a great day, people, and until we bow again, catch y'all later.